It was always an effort, like going out, oh, not again. I have to go and go say hi to these people that not so long ago made fun of me because of the mere fact that dimnyama compared to them.
I like to be fair. I don't like my complexion like a black person.
We currently concentrating on skin lightening and the aspect of skin lightening across disciplines. I think it's been going on for longer than we care to realize, because it probably started pre-apartheid era. So very much in the 1950s already, people were producing skin lighteners. They were using skin lighteners.
It was part of the colonialism, and the whole Western ideal of beauty was still going on, and there were no TVs in that time. So most of the publications were in the newspapers and in magazines.
There's different motivations for why people attempt to use these skin lightener creams. Some of them, the women I've been interviewing and talked to, they tell me that it's because of their self-esteem and they want to be beautiful and feel lighter and have smooth skin, like what they see in the advertisements and what they see in the media and on the movies and TV shows. A good example is Maxim magazine, which is a large men's magazine internationally, and they're releasing a list of the hottest 100 women of the year every year. And this list, Rihanna is the only non-white person on the top 20, which is quite interesting.
More and more celebrities using skin lightening products as well is also a product of concern, because most youngsters, they associate with them because they see them as their role models.
That inner drive to be successful, to be beautiful, to be looking like a celebrity, that psychosocial aspect is probably what is driving this cosmeceutical market into the billions every year.
For me, I look the light-skinned people like they are beautiful. So when I decided to change my color, yeah, I like to be more beautiful than what I was before.
So for me, growing up was tough, because when I started primary school, I know it looks shame. But they always would come into my face and be like, and I'm like, really? And I would obviously go back to the mirror and look at myself. I am actually dimnyama. But then because of them lying to me, saying how ugly I am, and the fact that in the color school they call me gebrande pannekoek, because then I would be the darkest in the class, like I was in a colored school again. And those are the words that have been called to me, like, yeah, I'm a kafir, or I'm just negativity towards the fact that I am black. And yes, I am black, and I love it,
When I was black, I didn't like it. When I always admire a light person, so I went up to one sister one day. I said, what can I use to become like you? So the guy laughed. He said, you want to be like me? I said, yes, I always like to be a fair person. So he introduced me to many products. I've been using it for more than 8 years.
The damage to the skin is probably related to the compounds that actually exist within these creams. The predominant one we know by now is hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is a polyphenolic. It's a very potent compound that can seep into the skin, that can damage the cells in the upper layers of the skin, and actually over the long term will kill those cells and thus damage the skin almost irreparably. We don't know as yet whether long-term use of these creams on your skin can lead to cancer. And so over the next couple of months and year, we plan to look at whether these compounds that we've now isolated, that we know are in large amounts in the skin, we can now expose these compounds to the skin cells and actually look at whether over time they actually have cancer-forming effects. So you need to know that normally a cream exists with an insert, which is the piece of paper that they insert with the cream when you buy it for the first time in a box. And it is that insert that normally gives the ingredients of the cream and normally tells you how to apply it. Generally, the creams that we have on the market, on the local markets, at the station markets, etc., do not have those inserts. And so it's a little bit suspicious.
Starting from now, from the roots, you know, from gobe bancinci, let them know when they wake up, you know, are you beautiful, even though unento umkhala, you know, you are simple umntana lona, motivate them, you know, and for them to feel comfortable in their own skin. Like I said, it's gonna be a challenge here. Because you find kids, when I look at them, they're outside, it's almost like they're already being treated like aliens. Fikomnye would take a stick and be shoving. No, it's happened really. I looked at her, I was like, you really shoved him in the face with a stick. Another one had like a nice pair of Ntekiso on, wanted to kick him. And I knew I've been there. I know how it feels like, you know. And you can't help it.
What I want from this research is to make the society more aware of how much power the media and how they are presenting beauty can affect women on the street. That women can actually go that far to put on damaging creams on their skin to become more beautiful and what media is representing as the perfect.
I would hope that the public themselves become aware of the consequences of potential long-term use of a cream that does not have information. The end point is still that person standing in front of the shelf looking at the creams and deciding to buy it.
Beauty does not come from the outside, it comes from within. Okay, most people say that is a cliche, but in actual fact, I don't think so. Okay, so start by accepting yourself and being comfortable with yourself, and I think that's the step in the right direction.